The signing of the Logistics Exchange Memorandum of Agreement yesterday, which has been in preparation for over a decade, is one of the highlights of the Indian Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar's three-day visit to Washington. We get to a report on the intricacies of the agreement and how the two logistical allies will be benefited.
The US has agreed to elevate defense trade and technology sharing with India to a level commensurate with its closest allies and partners. In this regard, an important agreement was inked on Monday that will allow use of each other's land, air and naval bases for repair and resupply. The Logistic Exchange Memorandum of Agreement facilitates the provision of logistical support, supplies and services between the US and Indian militaries on a reimbursable basis and provides a framework to govern them. This may include food, water, billeting, transportation, petroleum, oils, lubricants, clothing, medicinal services, spare parts and components, repair and maintenance services, training services and other logistical items and services. Besides, the agreement also allows for the purchase by establishing a value for the purchase and the terms for payment, which could be replacement in kind or an equal value exchange. Meanwhile, the US Defense Secretary asserted that the agreement is a landmark in military cooperation with India.
With respect to the Major Defense Partnership Agreement, that is a very substantial change. It's an enormous change from 50 years of history, and a very substantial advance over just a few months ago. And here's the gist of it. It will allow the United States and India to cooperate, which, speaking from the U.S. point of view, in a way that we do only with our closest and most long-standing allies.
Parrikar and Carter also discussed the wealth of progress in bilateral cooperation and deepening strategic partnership between the United States and India.
Our engagement on maritime security is developing well. India and the United States have a shared interest in freedom of navigation and overflight and unimpeded commerce as part of rule-based order in Indo-Pacific.
Parrikar, however, clarified that no US troops will be deployed in India and the bases will be used only for berthing or refueling of each other's warships.
Doesn't have anything to do with the setting up of base. It's basically logistic support to each other's fleet, like supply of fuel, supply of many other things which are required for joint operations, humanitarian assistance, and many other relief operations.
Secretary Carter and Minister Parrikar also agreed to continue to their close consultation on Make in India proposals. Secretary Carter also welcomed India membership in the Missile Technology Control Regime and reaffirmed US support for India's membership in the Nuclear Supplies Group. Bureau Report, DD News.